Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to episode 2 of the downfall of David Mcloud. Basically, if you guys didn't watch the first episode, I highly advise you do that, otherwise you're not going to know what this whole thing is. Basically, it's kind of like a mini documentary series I'm doing on Mythical. I've wanted to do this since day one, and I've never really had the full-on evidence or I guess ability to fully put this together, but I feel like now I have got that, so that's why I'm doing it. And basically, yeah. So just before this video starts, I'm gonna say make sure to go watch the other episode. Yeah. Anyways, so just before I get into episode 2, in episode 1 there's a few editing errors. Now I kind of want to run through everything actually what I was saying and like with the screenshots to show, as it appears there were no screenshots on the screen. Editing errors, I apologise. But yes, basically I was talking about how the screenshot that was released from Mythical of Reese apparently getting nudes of a 13-year-old girl, and I proved it to be fake. And I say it was the help of Witten and some of my friends who really know how Photoshop works. Pretty much, I'm going to put on the screen right now the original screenshot that was made. Now when you look at this you think, oh god, you know, this doesn't look too great for the good old rooster rap. Now basically, I was talking to Witten and we already had evidence to show it was fake, but this was like the main thing I noticed, or he noticed as well. If you see the top message that's from Reese, his name is underlined. Now what that means, seeing as this is screenshotted from a PC, what that means is the mouse cursor from whoever screenshotted this is actually, the mouse is actually over Reese's name. Otherwise the name wouldn't be underlined. You can test this for yourselves, feel free, yeah. And when you think of that, you're like, okay, what's so fascinating about that? But then like, you realise, where the hell's the mouse? Where the fuck is the mouse on the screenshot? And what my point was yesterday was, he's cropped it out. I say he, like I said, it's just such a Mythical thing to do, and it's definitely Mythical who's done this. Because if this screenshot happened in January, 5 months ago, over 5 months ago, why is he waiting until there's drama with Reese to release it? I don't know. Feels very sturdy, and I think that's the right word. I don't know. It's definitely Mythical, and he's definitely faked this. And so yeah, those were basically the screenshots that were thingy. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna play the intro now, and yeah, we'll get on to episode 2. So I'll see you in a minute. So yesterday's video, or when I'm filming this, yesterday's video, or episode 1, was basically about how Mythical doesn't really want to look bad, and as soon as he looks bad, he will pretty much try and hide that. I showed that with the topic about the poll that he made yesterday on me, or 2 days ago at this point, on me. He removed it after my fans went and supported me on that poll. He didn't want to look stupid, so he basically just removed it. Now, I was thinking after that video was actually released, I was like, this could actually be linked to Mythical only wanting to show things that actually ruins people. Because, for example, when I made a status on my YouTube community page saying that, you know, Mythical faked his collab with Lil Slash, which was fully exposed 110% towards the end of my episode 1. Go and watch it, it was fucking incredible. But yeah, basically, I was there like, when he commented saying, well, I didn't, he's almost like saying I'm lying. I mean, he's definitely saying I'm lying. And it's kind of like, when people lie about stuff like that, it does make them look bad. So I think Mythical's attempt was to make me look like a really bad liar, but I feel like maybe he realised that he knows it's fake, and he knows that I probably have evidence at this point that he's faked it. So I was like, okay, cool. He removed his comment. So I feel like he only wants to have things out if it's going to ruin people's channel. And he literally couldn't care. Now I'm going to show you a clip from one of Mythical streams on the 29th of May. Now put this in perspective, this is being filmed on the 15th of June. This was literally just over 2 weeks ago, and he said this.
Oh no, I'm fucking done with these little cunts, you know. Whoever's glitching my subs, yeah, kill yourself. Yeah, I don't care if that's too far. To be honest, I won't even care anymore.
So let me just get this straight. I know that clip was very quiet. Witten sent me that screen recording. Once again, go check out Witten's channel in the description. He's helped an entire amount with this documentary, and he's such an underrated guy. He's taught me things in the last 2 days that I never would have found out myself on, in terms of like the whole YouTube thing, and how you can put. Just go check him out in the description and go and subscribe to him. Basically, you're telling me, yeah, that Mythical has his sub count glitched and tells people to kill themselves. Now, don't get me wrong, I can vouch for it being annoying that people glitch your sub counts. It's basically where you subscribe to someone and unsubscribe to someone really quickly, and it basically makes YouTube think you're losing 2 subscribers, and you actually do lose subscribers. However, you don't actually lose subscribers. It's just a visual glitch on the live sub count, and you will get the subs back when YouTube realizes they're not actually real subs you've lost. They're not like sub bots. It's just literally you're losing subs, although you're not actually losing subs, if that makes sense. But I get annoyed because it happens to me quite a lot, and I'll get to that in a moment. But you don't go and tell someone to kill themselves just because they glitched your sub count, and then proceed to say you don't even care. And yet you're making videos titled "Let's talk about suicide," and you're acting like you care. Don't fucking if you actually gave a fuck about suicide, you would delete that video. You would delete that live stream, but you wouldn't, because it gets no views. Like, for example, at least when, for example, you said you felt suicidal after our drama, I deleted some videos on the drama. In fact, I deleted, if not all of them, apart from the hashtag baited video and others. And it's just like, that's me showing I actually care about people's mental health. You're just saying you care to clear your name. Witten said this in his video. He said the exact words, saying Mythical doesn't give a fuck about suicide unless it's only about himself. And it's quite funny because when you made your video called The Truth, you were like, nah. Like a week before, you were like, nah, this drama's making me feel really suicidal and stuff like that. And the next week, you're like, nah, the videos need to be out. The truth needs to be out. And then, like, you're saying I'm bad for making the videos. Well, I'm just going to use your words against you and say I'm making this documentary because I want the truth to be out. Fam, you don't give a fuck about people's mental health. You really don't. Literally, just saying you care is so dumb. It's really dumb. Like, genuinely, you lied about suicide. I'm going to get onto all of this in a moment. You literally joked about suicide. You admitted to making jokes about suicide, and you tried to justify this. You tried to justify this by saying, oh, everyone's made jokes about suicide. Well, I'm not trying to be funny, mate. You're trying to imply that I've made jokes about suicide. I haven't made jokes about suicide because that's too far. And at the end of the day, even if I had, just because other people have done it doesn't mean it's okay. It's like bullying. Like, if you see someone bullying and you join in, if you like watch, even if you just watch the bullying and don't do anything about it, you realise you're just as bad. The point I'm trying to make is, just because you're making videos talking about how you care about suicide doesn't actually mean you're genuine. Like, you put on Twitter saying you were donating to suicide, like prevention courses. Okay, if you really did, show us through. If you, well, all you have to tweet out or literally put on a community post a picture of the receipt of you donating to suicide. Or if you really give a fuck, you would delete your video titled "Let's talk about suicide." Like, you literally have a trending tag in that video, and you have a subscribe tag in that video. You were literally trying to gain publicity and subscribers from this video. But the thing is, guys, that video is over 200 views, which is his biggest video in the last like month or 2. And that, he will not delete that video. He will not delete that video at all. And it's just sad. It really is sad that he would go to this levels to make himself look good. If you like, oh, do you know, I'm just going to move on to the next topic, because literally this is just pissing me off. Another thing Mythical's done to link that he doesn't give a fuck about suicide is, a few days ago, if not last night, you literally tweeted saying that, like, you hate being seen as the bad guy and that people see they should go die. You literally said the words "go die." You literally, and that was quite clearly aimed at me and maybe even some of my fans. And you're literally, oh, Jesus Christ. How can anyone, thing is, you're asking, like, you ask yourself this, right, why don't people believe me? Or why don't people like me? And it's like, and you say this publicly as well, you always say, like, oh, people are always against me, and do you blame them? you're literally the biggest dickhead I've like ever come across, because like you're telling people to fucking kill themselves and you're telling them to go die, yet 2 days later you're like, oh no, I'm really against suicide. And like, no. And you can't even use the excuse that you were young, because there's examples of it I've shown in this video of you literally doing it 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry, it takes more than 2 weeks to grow up. Everyone knows this. You're 15 years old, Jay. Act your fucking age. You tell me to grow up because I'm making videos. The reason you're telling me to grow up because you don't like that I'm making videos. You don't like it because someone who actually knows how to put truth out is making a video on you. You don't like it. That's why you dislike my videos. Or dislike spam with your alternate accounts. I guess it's kind of the same thing, but I guess it's not an actual bot. But you spam my videos with dislikes because you don't like it. You get that triggered. I hadn't even mentioned your ego once, yet your ego's still hurting. Because this isn't just about ego, this is about pride and just morals. You have no respect. You have no respect. Do you want to know a funny story, guys? When he reacted to my mythical.unknown.exe video, when I mentioned my story about suicide and a story that happened to me that was quite personal, he tweeted that night saying that he was sorry and that his mum had nearly done the same thing, commit suicide, and that he's lucky that she didn't. So surely, if your mum had nearly commit suicide, you wouldn't ever make funny remarks about suicide. Yet this guy feels like he has the right to do that. Not only is that disrespectful to me, seeing as I've literally been completely honest about a situation that I didn't even want to put public, you've disrespected your viewers, you've disrespected my viewers, and you've disrespected the fucking woman that went through 9 months of just agony, stress, and not to mention the 15 years she had to put up with your fucking stupid ass just to raise you into a dickhead. You, honestly, should be ashamed of yourself. You really should. I feel so sorry for your mum. I feel so sorry for anyone that's properly really been affected like by suicide, like me and other people. I'm not saying that your story about your mum is false. I'm just saying, if it's true, why the fuck are you making jokes about suicide? Do you know how disrespectful that is? If you are willing to make jokes about suicide 2 weeks ago, make jokes that disrespect the fucking parent, like I said, raised you. She raised you for 15 years and an additional 9 months. Just for you to go make comments about suicide, disrespecting her. And oh, watched her, don't you dare bring my mum into this. I'm bringing your mum into this as a fact. Because I guarantee your mum doesn't know what you're like on the internet. Guarantee you, right? If I ever find out your mum's contact details, like email or anything, I will show her everything. And what's going to happen? Oh, you're going to get your computer taken away. Oh no, we're not going to be able to see a Mythical video. Who gives a fuck? No one watches them anyway. Anyways, oh, there we go. I've just hurt his ego. But anyways, this is definitely off script. The point I'm trying to make is, how are you going to make a video talking about suicide, telling people to get help, when you're literally telling people to commit suicide? The people that are glitching your sub count could have been anyone. They could have been people suffering from suicide, trying to have a harmless joke. A fan of mine messaged you on Discord saying that you were losing subscribers, right? And you replied to them saying, oh, it's fine, they're just people glitching my sub count, I'll get them back. So if you knew you were going to get them back and it makes no difference to you, why the fuck are you telling people to commit suicide? Why? Did my video mean nothing to you? Did that apology mean fuck all? Because it just feels like it did. You can't go to me and say, oh, I'm so sorry, you could have spoke to me. When people do speak to you or do anything, you tell them to kill themselves. I guarantee you the people glitching your sub count were probably just having a harmless joke because they've just discovered what it does, and you've just told them to kill themselves. What if that person has gone and killed themselves? We wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. If they have, you should admit you're the biggest cunt on the internet. And I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't use that word, but it's true. Like, I'm now in a better position than I was 2 weeks ago when I made my video called mythical.unknown.exe, because in that video I was very emotional. You could hear it in the video, for crying out loud. And it's just sad how you've gone and belittled that, and once again used the topic of suicide to make yourself look a fucking dickhead, and it just shows you have no morals and no respect for anyone else. Anyways, I think that's going to wrap up this video. I don't want to get too angry, but yeah, this has been a very big rant. Anyways, once again, if you are struggling with mental health issues, there is a link in the description. Go and get some help. We're all here for you. If you need anyone to speak to, comment on this video. I'll private message you. And yeah, anyways, if you're new around here, make sure to smash that subscribe button, like the video, share the video with friends, and yeah, as always, take care, and yeah, suck your mum.